Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. Today is November 3, 2014 at 12:42 a.m. Birmingham, Alabama. This is part 3 of Our Future is Going to Change. I'm sorry. I've got so many. Anyway, let me pick up where I was talking about in those days, God said certain things that happen. In Revelations, you can find this, and also I think Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, 3 of those books will also say the same thing that has been repeated in Revelations, and actually you can go back in Genesis and see part of it too. But in any case, end time event crossroads is where we're coming to. We're coming to an end time event crossroads. And believe me, you don't want to cross that road. In the last days, the book Revelation, like chapter 1 through 7, describes, a little bit about it. And, it talks about the things that you'll see coming upon the earth. You'll see where diseases, viruses. Now look right now, you have the Ebola virus. It wouldn't take anything to spray that out with one of these jets in a chemtrail. Ebola virus could easily escape and easily destroy a lot of people. And the Bible does say that a lot of people will die of viruses in those days. A lot of people will die because we simply kill each other in those days. Those days, they're right upon us. We need to be looking. But let's go to piezoelectric. Just for an example. Piezoelectric may tie in HAARP just the way the satellites tie in together today. They may link up with HAARP in some way, and the piezoelectric that was used in these stones, like in Peru, may tie into the piezoelectric stones that were found in Guatemala, Mexico, and the Mayan ruins. May be in the same stones that were found in China in some of their pyramids. In other words, all the pyramids were probably linked together in some way. And why did the world get flooded by water? Well, it could have happened many ways, but water, you throw 1,000 computers down there in the water, all of them shorts out. Well, maybe God shorted out all the ways of communications. You never know. Or burned out the frequencies that they were using to do horrible things. You never know. That's just top of my head right there. But also, HAARP, and I've heard this, could have caused the earthquake that did so much damage in Japan. It could have caused the massive tornado outbreak in 2012, where this state had a record number, and the whole southeast, right on up through Oklahoma, down through Arkansas, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. We had disaster after disaster where thousands of homes were destroyed, and it was the worst outbreak in all history. And how do we know it wasn't set up or created by HAARP? It's either that or something that we're doing to make God mad, you think? Of course, we've turned our backs on God, and that causes bad things to happen. We need to really pay attention to that. You turn your back on God. This is when it started, when we started kicking God out of this country. And until we bring him back in, we're just headed for a fall. And I still believe that in September next year, by the 13th, that this country will have basically crashed and burned. I believe that. The water in the sea, large portions have turned red. Rivers and creeks have turned red. How many people says, follow me, follow me, follow me? God didn't say follow me. He says, stay where you are, I'll come to you. You know, you have a lot of false prophets. You got a lot of false Christ. They're called Antichrist. Back in 1909, back in 1901, and right up through 1925, there's a thing called Brown's gas. 1925 now, 1925, it was used. What is Brown's gas? Today you call it HHO generator. It worked back in early 1900s. Why wouldn't it work today? It's turning water into hydrogen fuel that you can burn in your car. That's why this gentleman that was doing it, he got killed. He got killed. They killed him for his idea because he was going to give it away. His name was Stan Myers. Look it up, Stan Myers and Brown's gas, or Stan Myers HHO generator. Okay, and this gentleman at the Coral Castle in Florida that moved these 10-ton, 20-ton stones by himself. When he died, you know, everybody wanted to know the secret. Well, guess who got the secret? The government. They went in and took everything he had when he died. So the government knows everything, or I say everything, a lot of what's in those 363 lost books of Enoch that we do not have access to, and that is why certain people runs this whole world, and why certain people are multi-billionaires. That's why certain people just run everything. They have the knowledge. They have, you know, there's one thing, there's a door that only God can open, but he gave us the doors in those 363 books that are hidden away. Anyway, they've taken it, they used it for gain. They're continuing to use it for gain. UFOs, I think, are piloted by angels, fallen angels. That's what they are. They're Nephilim too. They're offspring. They're still alive. They're a bunch of aliens, but they're alien to us. But they're from here. They're not from out yonder. They travel to out yonder, but they're here. Every time you see paranormal, every time you see alien contact, every time you see anything that's got alien in it, just put Nephilim in its place, and you'll know what it is. All that's coming to a head, and it's coming soon. Get ready. Get ready. We may not have between now and next September the 13th to get ready. We may not have but till December the 13th. You don't know. Just get ready. Things are going, hey, you know it. You know it. Look around. Look around. You know it. And the key to it all is the attack on Israel. God's timepiece for the world. Stand with Israel. Stand by Israel all the way, regardless. Don't pick and choose. Stand by every Jew. Jody Wolf, Expoz.